Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Sengoku Jidai, Shadow of the Shogun. That's right. If you remember pike and shot campaigns, then you'll be familiar with this game. That's right, this is a war game with a very heavy emphasis on pike combat and with cavalry and nice little box units that move in unison. It's a really cool game. Again, this is pretty much very similar to pike and shot, just with a Japanese aesthetic. So not only do you have the Japanese in this game, but you've also got an amazing soundtrack. The Koreans and the Chinese, who I'm actually playing right now as the Ming Dynasty, fighting in the Imjin War against the Japanese invaders as they invade Korea. This is our stopping action in an attempt to turn the Japanese around. That's right. And look at our little artillery pieces there. Mingkuo Donpao and Mingkuo Jinche. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm kind of nerding out right now because this is a very interesting topic that is never covered in video games ever. First of all, the Imjin War. Sure, there's games that cover the Sengoku Jidai period in Japan, you know, like the War in States period with Nobunaga Oda and so on and so forth. But you don't have a lot of games that cover, you know, the Japanese invasions of Korea, or even games that show you the technology and the capabilities of the Ming Dynasty, widely considered one of the greatest time periods of China that you could probably come up with. So this is really interesting, and I'm really excited. Keep in mind, this is the beta of the game. This is not the completed version of the game. And actually what we're looking at here is the third tutorial mission. But I got so excited that I really just wanted to show it off, because after about 2 hours of playing, I'm having a blast. So hopefully we can discuss ways that the game is played, and so on and so forth. It should be pretty fun. Yeah? One thing I do want to mention again as well is the soundtrack in this game is downright phenomenal. I love this soundtrack. It's so good. I don't know where they got their music this time around, but it is phenomenal. Like, I really enjoyed the catchy kind of beats that were going on in Pike and Shot in terms of, you know, the war music and whatnot. But, like, this game blows it out of the water with the music. Oh, freaking love it. You'll probably hear some of it playing in the background as we battle against the Japanese in dire combat. Now, one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to outrun our support. We want to stay with the main army. And what I'm trying to do is... Oh, look, that's our Commander-in-Chief, General Jin Shuling. What we're trying to do is get them into our Huo Jianche so that we can sit there and bomb the crap out of them. Basically, artillery at this period, as is explained, was not necessarily used to inflict casualties. It's more to scare the crap out of people. Because I mean, just look at that thing. Look at that. Look at how terrifying that is. I wouldn't want to get hit by that. Look at this. This is things from Mulan. I don't want to get hit by that. They took down a whole mountain, man. They took down a whole friggin' mountain. Alright, so we're gonna, I guess we should probably keep our General Tu Yanbo and Kuo Jiak Qibing and our Ming Qibing all back here. Now, something that this game has that Pike and Shot does not have, we're just going to end our turn, does not have is generals. That's right, you actually have generals that have a morale influence on troops surrounding. Generals can get into duels and fight. If a general dies, the whole unit retreats. And it will have a devastating, I was about to say an amazing, but a devastating effect on the rest of your troops. So that's something you got to keep in mind when you're letting your dudes just go willy-nilly fighting each other. Generals are very important. I literally just fought in the last battle, took out 2 enemy generals, and the whole army was pretty much routing, despite the fact that they had inflicted more casualties on me than I had on them. So that's something else to keep in mind. Oh, looks like our cannons are firing. Nice. Alright, it's our turn again. So, for those of you unfamiliar with Pike and Shot, the way this game works is it's very heavily focused on unit facing, flanking, and morale. Very heavily focused. Each unit has basically 3 tiers of morale status that they can have, which would be steady, disrupted, and fragmented. If your group is at fragmented, that means they're about to break, and they are fighting severely impaired. Disrupted is mildly impaired. Now, they can still get beat, but again, just a little bit. With disrupted, it's just a little bit. Steady means that they're normal and they're ready to fight. So we're going to actually take General Mao Dao Li back up. We're going to fire. Give him a good shot, boys. Do 6 damage. Nice. And I guess we're not going to move. Yep, nope, that's our movements right there. Now, one thing we want to be careful about is the Japanese, ooh, whew, goodness gracious, are really powerful. And I might have made a mistake having my cavalry so far up here. Yeah, we're going to get them to just fall back. And we'll keep the Ming Bu Bing right there. Yep. And the Ming Nu Bing. Fire on those Yari Samurai. Give them a good shot to the face, and on the next turn we'll back him up. We're going to have to move up the Chong Bing as well as our Gong Bing. All these Bings. Goodness gracious. And this Ming Chong, this is actually the general. So General Jin Juling. We're going to move him up 1. The Gong Bing will move up 1. Can this thing hit anything? Nope, it can't. Alright. It'll be able to hit something on the residual shooting phase, which will be explained very soon. This guy can hit something, though. Open fire! Okay. That was disappointing. Whatever. Move up the Ming Bu Bing. And we still have our cavalry ready to flank. So we're going to put a heavy focus on flanking the Japanese in this scenario. So we're going to have all of our dudes ready to go right there. Ready and faced. Alright, looks good. And we'll move these guys up, these Ming Bu Bing, to cover, because we're going to need something to cover Mao Dao Li right there, because he is out in the open. I should have retreated him, but I didn't, so I'm going to suffer for that, but there we go, in turn. So, the residual shooting phase is if any units that did not fire their weapons will now fire them during the residual shooting phase. As the Japanese move closer, our men fire in retaliation. Kind of like an Overwatch, if you've ever played XCOM. Oh, that hurt. 17 damage. So you're probably wondering what these numbers that are just randomly popping up are. Well, obviously that would be the casualties each group is taking. If you hover over a group, you can see right there towards the bottom right, like it says Warrior Superior 523 in this case. That's how many men they have. Ooh, that was a long charge. Oh, goodness gracious. And they actually managed to disrupt one of my units in one fell swoop. That hurts. That hurt badly. Ooh, yes, our unit retreated. Good. Good. And those Tempo Samurai, I'm digging that. They're like cavalry. They're cavalry musketmen. So they fire, get off their horses, fire, get back on their horses and run. Alright, so we're holding out. Good. Melee phase. Ouch! Ouch! Our Ming Bu Bing have been fragmented already. Who is that? General Torahara. No wonder. It's a freaking enemy general just doing work for Japan. Alright, let's see if we have anybody who would do a good job against this guy. Nobody. Nobody's going to do good with this thing. So we're going to send that in. Charge, maybe do some damage, try to disrupt. Ooh, we killed the enemy general! Yeah, look at that. Enemy general has fallen. When a general falls in combat, nearby units in line of command take a cohesion test. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a great maneuver. We couldn't have asked for better. We're going to send in we'll sing in this guy. Send him in. Try to cause some more havoc on the side. It's not going to cause much, but it's going to do a little bit of work. We're going to bring in the Ming Chi Bing right here. Yep, and turn him. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, we're going to take artillery. Try one more time to hit. Let's try to hit those Yari Samurai. We don't want to get into close range with Samurai. Samurai, if I'm sure you know, are pretty mean sons of bitches when it comes to close range combat. So we got to do as much damage to the Samurai as humanly possible before we engage them. What is that, Transfer General? No, I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, well, we just got to keep firing, do damage, do damage. You can see their melee effectiveness by the right under the name with a sword, by the way. And it looks like we're not doing enough damage to these Samurai. Even their archers are better than ours. So it looks like we should have brought more men to the knife fight. because we most certainly do not have troops that can take on even their low-tier guys. Their low-tier guys are far more effective than us. Ooh, that's freaking terrifying. When your peasants are better fighters than my standing military, that's not a good thing at all. We got to keep trying to buckle down on these Yari samurai. Damn it, my artillery keeps missing. Be useful, you bastards. It's alright. We'll flip the general around, turn him around, and these guys are going to fire at point-blank range. Boom, 21 damage. Nice, nice. It's 21 more units. Mounted samurai, open fire. Nice shots. You need to turn. And this guy needs to... Can he engage? Oh, those are some good odds against those Tipo samurai. Let's try to engage them while they're... Oh, nope, they ran. Typical, I should have known. Now, our Ming Ku Jia Qibing is in a bad location. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. My main hope and decision is that we can bust the left flank. If we can bust the left flank, we might be better off. There we go, let's end our turn. So the residual shooting phase passes. Looks like the Japanese have a couple guys who didn't fire. Melee continues. Ouch, ouch. We already had a unit break. It is running away. But thankfully, we've got other units here to hold the fight. That losing their general did not make them flinch much, did it? That's the Japanese for you. Badass to a fault when it comes to combat. Alright, our men are holding in the center. The New Bing have engaged against a group of Yari samurai. Ooh, that Yari samurai was getting pummeled by gunfire. Ooh, that hurt a little bit. That hurt. Not good, not good. 1 damage, that's it. Oh, this is gonna be awful. I don't know if my army's big enough to win this fight. Jeez Louise. It's not good. Residual firing phase. Doing some damage. Come on! I can't take these 0 hits. Ouch! Ouch, that was like getting stabbed in the toe. Ooh! Ooh! There we go. Finally, we did some damage against those Yari samurai, those mounted cavalry samurai. But we're not doing good anywhere else, so that's kind of a bad thing. We could come up behind those Yumi samurai, but even if we flank them, they're still like, yeah, that's not good enough. What about these guys? Open fire! 20 damage. Nice shot. That's what I'm talking about. More of that. More of all of that. Fire on those guys. Try to disrupt them. 1 damage. This artillery is garbage. Whew. Huh. It is just the worst. There we go. 15 damage. Finally, some serious stuff. And now you get to see an actual gun doing some damage. Look at that. 25 to 71 casualties. 48 samurai mowed down. Absolutely beautiful. So we can move in with the Kujia Bibing and go in for a good hit. Come on, come on, good hit. And we fragmented the bastards. We're going to send them running after that one. That's exactly what Daddy's talking about. And let's turn our Gongbing to face these Ashigaru. Yeah, shoot him. Definitely shoot him. And our Chongbing, ready to fire. So this is basically the game. It's trying to get around your opponents, trying to get some good hits off on them, and whip their tails, show them who the real general of these parts is. He has reacted to our enemy by shooting it, and of course they have. Ouch. 26 casualties was not exactly what I was looking for. But yeah, so this is how this game plays. I highly recommend it. Again, it is not out yet. This is the beta, and I know you're not supposed to normally recommend betas or whatnot, but again, I'm kind of a fan, and I have been a fan of Pike and Shot and all these games. Flank attack. Still just fragmented? What are these dudes made out of? Titanium and death? Good Christ. Anyway, seriously though, keep an eye out for Sengoku Jidai, Shadow of the Shogun. I am having a blast playing it right now, so I can only imagine the finished version is going to be even better. That's right. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. This has been Commissar Bro, and I'll see you next time.